Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You join us from what was a horrifically rainy Oxford here in week 3 of the 2024 Brit Ball season, as we've got the Oxford Saints making their seasonal debut against the currently 0-1 Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. And ladies and gentlemen, there will be a pot. There will be money going into it for every time that I call the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts the Portsmouth Destroyers, because it will happen. I'm very, very bad at that, but there'll be a pot, give it to charity or some such. But ladies and gentlemen, here in week 3, it's an interesting one here. Can the Oxford Saints right the ship of last year? We know we were down here in Tisley Park last year. We covered a lot of their games. They went 1-9 last year. That one win being their 3-0 victory against the South Wales Warriors. And what a game that was to call. This is the problem. They've got to right the ship in terms of their averages. They allowed an average of 34.4 points. And they only scored an average of 9 points last year. 9 to 34. Huge difference. Can they do it here today? So no relegation for Oxford. They have moved into the Central. A whole new fleet of teams. They've got, obviously, Wembley. We saw them last week. Rushmore, we saw them as well. We're going to be doing Oxford versus Rushmore in a few weeks. Portsmouth, on the other hand, their season last year, spectacular. Managed to get promoted, finishing 7-1 with 5 shutouts. 1 against Cornwall, 2 against Torbay, and 2 against the Ouse Valley Eagles. They did manage to also, very impressively, beat the Colchester Gladiators. I'd say, even still say, Colchester are the best Division 2 team there. Sorry, all your other Div 2 teams. I think it's the Colchester, I think it's then everyone else. But obviously their big series last year was against the Somerset Wyverns. They come out, they only managed to beat them once in the regular season, lost in the playoffs, lost in their second meeting. But Portsmouth last year scored 31.125 on average and allowed 7.75 on average. So this is going to be a great game. We've got a team here that needs to sort of right this ship, and we've got Portsmouth. Obviously week 1, they did fall to Rushmore 33-14, but they did manage to showcase some of their abilities in that game, maybe that run game. I tell you what, as the captains come out, as they were warming up here today, as I was setting up, it was raining, it was horrible. I tell you what, it's a beautiful day for football. The skies have now become nice and clear as football will commence here today. Again, it's a very, very interesting one. A team that potentially is trying to turn it all around versus a team that's come up, did okay against Rushmore, but Rushmore, we can see they're a strong side after that game with Wembley last week. And in the old rundown predictions, Micah is the outlier here, picking the home side Oxford Saints, while Hatch and Oz both pick for the Dreadnoughts. We saw that last week. Some people picking against, no, it wasn't, it was Somerset versus the Apache. Lots of people picking for Somerset. Apache just had them there. Somerset couldn't really evolve their game, but who knows, as Somerset went on to beat South Wales the next week. And speaking of South Wales, that's exactly where I will be next week, as the South Wales Warriors welcome the Bournemouth Bobcats. Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say congratulations to Coach Conor McPherson, one of the regulars on our Uniball edition of the Rundown, getting engaged recently. Good on Conor. He's no longer allowed back on the show. Can't have engaged and married people that focused on Uniball. You can't be done. So, but we do want to shout out Conor. Congratulations to him. And we're going to commence with some great SFC1 Central football here today. Just so happy the rain has cleared up, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you're not here for the Tebs meteorology report, but you're going to have some of it. So Francisco Ferreira, who was the QB for the second half of the season for the Saints, isn't in as QB today. I believe he's gone back to Portugal. I want to shout out Francisco. Lovely guy. Plays for Reading. Ruined my life. Unbelievable stuff. As we get ready for the kickoff here, looks like number 13 of the Saints will be the man to kick it away, as we've got numbers 27 and 48 for Portsmouth back to receive. So here we go, 13. Chip kick coming over our way, drops at the 20, and it did go out of bounds. And the ball did go out of bounds. It's going to be interesting to see, are the referees going to be calling that a kickoff out of bounds? That means the ball's going to be on the 40-yard line of Portsmouth. We've obviously seen those NFL compilations of people knowing the rules and some such. And we've seen those players get the ball, step out of bounds. Let's see what the refs are going to call this. There we go. So kickoff out of bounds. I mean, yeah, Portsmouth, great play. You're starting off with better field position. They're going to be on the 35-yard line. So Josh Riley, the QB, and Paddy Chapman, number 4, at running back. They've got trips to the right. Do the Dreadnoughts. And it's a handoff to Chapman, and Chapman's running, breaks a few, but brought down there by number 32 of the Oxford Saints. We know about the running power of the Dreadnoughts. I think I may have already just said Destroyers. Awful. Emil Rowe there with the tackle. Remember that name from last year. That's going to be a gain of 9 here for the Dreadnoughts. Same formation for the Portsmouth team. Hand off to Chapman, but this time he's going left. But runs into some Saints, but it is going to be enough for a first down for the away side. He says. Refs are having a word with the chain crew. Chains aren't moving yet. There you go. They're just getting the chain procedure correct. It is a first down for the Dreadnoughts. Two runs already from Portsmouth. This time Riley's throwing, high ball, hits the ground though, just over the head of 88. Very well, again, also I do have a cough, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise. Let me find the old Jakemans. You know, there is still a bit of a wind here in Oxford. But a high ball there. New look formation here for the Portsmouth side. You have number 5 on an island, 2 receivers on the left. There's a handoff to Chapman again. He breaks left, breaks again. Fights off one tackle, gets through. Brought down by number 1 of the Saints, and a brand new set of downs for the Dreadnoughts as Martin Rains brings down Chapman. Consistent run in here from Chapman. The Saints are going to need to find an answer to this run game. And it's another one. This time Chapman's breaking to the right, and he's got a blocker. Great lineman play from 68 of the Dreadnoughts, creating a nice little lane for Chapman to go into. But it's going to be it's very, very weird. I know it's only like maybe the 6th play of the game so far, but shortest run from Paddy today. Only a 7-yarder there for the Dreadnoughts. Save formation again. This time fake handoff. Riley's looking, just dumps it up over the head of 87 and bounces off number 4 of the Saints. Focused on that tackle, not focused on that ball. 3rd down now for the Dreadnoughts. Rob Coates there just having the ball bounce off of him. 5 tight to the line. Chivris is out on the left, 8-7 in motion. Hand off to Chapman again. Breaks left, just a load of space. Making Saints miss and brought down past the 20. Seems like he had a ton of space there from my angle he did. Chapman and the Dreadnoughts almost rolling here. Has he got a good crowd here in Tisley Park, as it looks like that ball is going to be on the 14-yard line of the Saints. 87 in motion again. And now Chapman's running right. Runs, not afraid of contact, is that Chapman. Runs into about 3 Saints. That ball is going to be down. 2 yards to go. Gain of 8 there for Chapman. It's looking mighty close to the Dreadnoughts. I'm just going to say Portsmouth from now on. Getting first blood here. Moving into a heavier set here. Is that right? Nope, still same. 2 receivers on the right. This time Chapman just stiff arms a man. And he goes out of bounds here. No score as of yet. What are you doing? So not much gain there from Chapman. Lots of horizontal running. But a 3rd down. 3rd and 4 here, as he got 88 in motion for Portsmouth, and run another option, runs it out, high ball, and wow, what a grab. That ball just seemed to float through the air there. And a great touchdown as Portsmouth get first blood. Looked like there was a spot there for a Saint to be able to get in and make that disruption, but just not able to do it. On a drive that's seen a lot of running from Chapman, it ends in a passing TD for Riley as Portsmouth look to kick the extra point. Oh, and a great kick just through the uprights. Mothorpe there, number 0. Number 0 for a kicker. That's cold. That's cold. So on a drive there, very much on the back of Paddy Chapman there. Anytime that he's got the ball is dangerous, and you could see it there. Finding space, stiff arming, making guys miss. I think we know what the Saints need to do if they're going to stop this game. But then again, touchdown was scored from the pass. So the Dreadnoughts proving that they're not just a one-trick pony here. As we get the first kickoff of the second kickoff. First Portsmouth kickoff. As Mothorpe, number 0. Man out of the extra point is going to be booting it away for Portsmouth here. Number 1, I can't see the other one. The other returner, great kick, wow. Over the head of number 7. And that just flows through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get our first look at the Oxford offence. Now I'd say that one thing that we can take from last year is that the Oxford offence just couldn't find that consistency. I think that's fair to say. They had some great splash plays. I tell you what, their game here at Tisley Park last year against the Apache was one of the best games I've called. Oxford had a lead in that game, but just could not cling on to it. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do here. Obviously, it's a bit different now. I'm sure that both teams, they came here and they warmed up and they thought, you know what, this is going to be a run-heavy day. But obviously, it's lightened up a bit now. And it's a run play, but just brought down there by number 63 of the Dreadnoughts. And that's Doug Oakes, number 63, not letting that ball go anywhere. In fact, making it go backwards. As the Saints are now on second, and I'm going to say 14. If you're in the chat, who are you rooting for today? So you got a man in motion. Seems like a fumble. The Dreadnoughts are celebrating like it's their ball. And there we go, just like that. The Saints turn the ball over deep in their territory. Looks like on their own 10-yard line as the Dreadnoughts take the field one more time. Not the start you want here for Oxford. Obviously, it is their first game. Is there some rust there? They've got to work it off here against Portsmouth if they want to start their season off right. Apologies for the cough. If I had a cough button, I would have pressed it, but I don't. Oh, we got Steve here. Steve, I'm so happy it's no longer raining. Unbelievable stuff. So, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 5 on an island. Chapman, number 4, the man to watch. And he hands off to him. Oh, very close with the tackle from 55 there of Oxford, but Paddy's in one more time. Oh, just makes it look so easy. And it's a difficult vibe. Like, I even think that the Dreadnoughts themselves were caught off guard by that, because there wasn't much celebration. There wasn't like a howl of there wasn't a howl of support there for that touchdown. I think they're surprised just how easy it is and just how quickly it's gone from being 0-0 to now the Dreadnoughts being up 14 points. A fumble there. So it looks like they're going for 2 here, and Chapman just runs it to the outside. And just like that, 15-0 the score. And I don't know how long, as maybe 5 minutes has elapsed in this game so far. So fan favourite Mo Thorpe back onto the field to kick it away. Last one did go for a touchback. And another big boot, this time going to number 7. And they're going to let that fly out the back of the end zone again. So we've seen the Oxford offence once. Didn't go too well. But then again, because that was quite a quick fumble on only their second offensive play, we haven't actually seen what they can do here. One play blown up by a Portsmouth Dreadnought flying in, sailing in. Doesn't work, does it? Can't say sailing in, because sailing's quite slow. Anyway, here we go now. Oxford offence back on the field. Love their number 66, Connor Folds, their centre. Great guy. So 2 trips here as their new QB looks to throw it just over the head of 82. So we go now 2nd and 10 now for the Saints. Oh, and just a big, big hit there. And the Dreadnoughts are calling for another turnover. And it looks like we've got some injured players down already. We're just going to pan away from that. Seems we have got some injured Saints down. Actually, I believe that might be a Dreadnought. That is a Dreadnought down. But it seems though Oxford just can't get any movement there. It's going to be interesting to see. That play was blown up. But again, can they get some consistency on this offence? That's the one thing that was missing last year from having a few more wins. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure even Oxford would agree. They wouldn't be, world beaters if their offence was just even slightly better. Or more consistent, not better, I should say. Do hope this Pompey player is okay. Try and have a look at some of these scores from around the league. Bit of a late kickoff. I mean, two's a regular kickoff nowadays. Rundown coming tomorrow. May even have a Uniball tinted one coming midweek, as we discussed at the National League. Very, very interesting. A lot of teams saved. Hull Sharks, they're up. Jamie's happy about that. Arguably, I'd say Hull deserve it. They deserve to be saved. Well, Bristol, they're still in Div 1. The MMU Eagles, they're still in Div 1. Coventry Jets, still in Div 1. That's an interesting one, But again, I could give my takes on it, but what's the show? So we have Oz watching Gateshead versus Wakefield, and that's the only score we've got so far. Q4 in that game. Gateshead 18-0 up against Wakefield. Obviously, the weather has facilitated some games being called off here in the Yorkshire Rams and the Humber Warhawks being called off. So here we go. So the Portsmouth player being helped off the pitch. Hopefully he is okay. Obviously it's never good on when this early into a game, this early into a season. But he's being helped off. Good. We're going to clock back in now with the Saints on their second offensive drive after the first one was fumbled and returned for a touchdown from Chapman. The running back for Pompey. Seems as though that... Oh, sorry, no. It was a turnover, and Portsmouth have the ball again deep inside Oxford territory. I was looking at the down markers. I didn't quite understand it. 27 on the move. And Chapman's got the ball again. He's running out left. Cannot get past row number 1. Oh, thank you, Phil. Oh, Shropshire are beating the Panthers. Oh, that's an interesting scoreline. Shropshire Revolution 13 over the Leicester Panthers. That's a very interesting score. Very, very, very interesting score. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 6 for the Dreadnoughts here. 27 in motion again. This time Riley's looking. He deals it to 27. Oh, and he takes a flip. But he's looking okay. He gets back up, and that's what matters. Oladele, 27 there, with a great catch. Great persistence, and that is going to be first and goal here for the Portsmouth side. Not how you want to start a season. if you are the Saints. You're very, very close to being 21 points down in Q1. Hand off to Chapman, he finds a lane, and just like that, again, it's so strange that Portsmouth just don't seem to be much celebration. And again, I've had it before where like it's difficult to call games when the teams aren't celebrating. It's difficult to get that energy, but just like that, 21-0 to the Dreadnoughts. Two costly, horrific turnovers for the Saints have put them 3 scores down, potentially more if this kick goes through. Can Mothorpe bang it through again? We know he's got the power. Yep, and drilled straight through the middle. And just like that, it's still Q1 at 22-0 to the Dreadnoughts. Martin Rains on the tackle, number 1. Again, it's so difficult to call when it's like, what do you say from the Saints? It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Don't turn the ball over, you know. But that's the lesson we've got so far. Don't turn the ball over. Block Chapman. Those are the 2 points for Oxford. When it comes to Dreadnoughts, I mean, it's a perfect game so far. It's a perfect game so far. Scored on each drive. Every offensive possession for Oxford has ended in a turnover in the Oxford Saints. Well, within their 30, got by number 7 of the Saints, and just tripped up there by number 2 of the Dreadnoughts. Sam Penn there on the tackle. That ball is going to start on about the 20-yard line of the Saints. At this point, anything that isn't a turnover due to a fumble is a positive for the Saints. As we're looking for a throw here, as their QB number 12 is on the run. A bunch of Dreadnoughts, and let's see here. And that's a first down for the Saints. Best play so far today from the Saints, as they've got their first down of the game and their first down of the season for Oxford here on a scrambler. First and 10 here from about the 32. Right, looking again. Just bouncing off the hands of 82 there for the Saints. Second and 10 here for the home side. Looking a bit more pass heavy. Looking for a pass again. Looking for 82, but almost picked off by number 11 of the Dreadnoughts. Number 11 dived for that. And he's press-ups on the field. I mean, you could do it when you're 22 points up. You know, get the punishment in. Get the drop-in punishment early on the field. 11 Sakala there, getting his press-ups in. But a great attempt there. And another pass, looking for 8. Oh! And almost picked again, but just off the fingertips of 8. Ball looking for Moa Knox there, number 8. But I tell you what, there's going to be some tip drills in the future of these Portsmouth Dreadnoughts after 2 misses. And now it's going to be kicked away by Joe Bennett, number 13. High snap over his head. Oh my Lord, no, no, no. And another costly mistake here for the Saints. There's just something going on. And the Dreadnoughts are going to find themselves again, deep in the territory of the Saints. And as Chapman's shown, it might just be a matter of time. Oh, and it's the red zone as well. The sticks go down. The Dreadnoughts find themselves in the best starting field position they've had great starting field position. Oh my Lord. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Number 48 in now at running back. Riley's keeping it, but just dumps it off. Couldn't get it to number 8. Looks like a bit of extracurriculars on the right. Looks like the Dreadnoughts are going from about the 8-yard line. Let's zoom in a bit. Hand off to 48 now. Oh, just finds a lane. Let's see here. Let's see what they call that. Could be down at the 1. Yeah, and that's not going to be a touchdown for the Dreadnoughts yet, as it is going to be a 3rd. Is it a 3rd? Yeah, a 3rd and 1 for them. And you think that even if they don't get it here, they're probably going to try and punch it in. But you can really see that when they're in this position, the Dreadnoughts are stretching that field with their running back. But obviously in their first TD of the game, Riley did manage to throw a pass into the end zone from this short distance. Just handed off to 48, punching it through the middle. And another touchdown for the Dreadnoughts from another mistake from the Oxford Saints. It's difficult to say because there's just so much. High snap for a punt does happen, but over the head, starting the Dreadnoughts in the red zone, never good. 2 fumbles, 2 recoveries by the Dreadnoughts. It's Q1. It's Q1. It's Q1 and it could be 29-0. As Mosthorpe takes the field again to boot it through. QB is Jalen Ellis, thank you. I've not got him on my roster. And just like that is 29-0. Now, it's difficult. When we say like 14, 2 scores, that's manageable. You can catch that. It's 29-0 and it's Q1. And it's just mistakes here for the Saints. It's just mistakes. And Portsmouth are playing a perfect game. They're playing perfectly. No miscues at all. No flags. No nothing. It would just be nice that Oxford get some consistency here. You know, I think Steve's absolutely right. Let's get that one up. I think the Dreads have got more yards in their opening TDs than the dead for the other 3 touchdowns combined. Yeah. Mothorpe boots it away here. This time, target number 1 and takes a great little bounce, Rooney. And that's going to be another touchback here. It does sound cruel to say, but Mothorpe's getting a workout in today. Kicking these extra points, kicking these kickoffs. If you're a Mothorpe fan, it's a great game for you. And if Mothorpe wants some clips for his highlight tape, then he certainly got them today. As the Saints take the field once again, being told the QB's Ellis. You can see they've been a lot more thrown it. This time a handoff to 38, but he's definitely brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, looking like a 2nd and 13 now for the Saints. Just seem unable to get anything going here. Two receivers on the right. And a throw out caught by 82. Makes man miss, but he is going to get about 3 or 4 yards on that play. Well, from my angle he did, because it seems though he's only got the 1. Third and 12 now for the Saints. Again, been very pass heavy so far. Three, 81 out. And Ellis is sacked there, number 90 of the Dreadnoughts, and they're calling for another fumble. Ball left his hands, QB saying that the Saints QB was down. No. Oh no, that is the punting unit. Oh, I was about to say that. I was going to say, is that another fumble for Oxford there? As number 90, Hodgson there with a great sack. As we see the Saints punting unit for the 2nd time today. Can Bennett get it off? Better snap. Good punt. Takes a Portsmouth bounce. And it seems as though this is going to be the worst field position that Portsmouth have had in quite a while. Almost as though, like, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do here. We've got the Portsmouth offense back on here. Martin Ashley in at QB. Ollie Pamfrey on the right. Riley's looking, ball up in the air, and a pick for the Oxford Saints. And that is number 1 of the Saints. Have the Saints' fortunes turned around here? Great pick. And Martin Rains there, giving the Saints some life. Obviously, it's difficult to have some life when, you know, you're 29 points down, but that pick doesn't, like, to be completely fair, like, the Saints' field position has improved off of that punt. And now a pick here. Can they capitalise? This is the problem with the Saints, or the Saints had last year. They could not capitalise. They were all in all lowercase. Here we go now. It's a runner through the middle. It looks like there's going to be some positive yardage. And sometimes you've got to take the little things. And that little thing is going to be a gain of 2. .36 in the backfield, 81 and 8 and 82. 82 by himself on the right. Looking for it. Ellis finds number 8. And he's trying to fight, but there's loads of Dreadnoughts. A fleet of Dreadnoughts around him. But there's going to be some more positive yardage here for the Saints, as they're going to have a 3rd and 1. Third and 1 now. QB now under centre. 82 in motion. And it's a handoff. 236. Are they going to say any gain there at all? It's definitely not a first down. Okay, and the punting unit does come on for the Saints. Seems as though they were thinking about going for that. But that ball just went backwards. Only a yard. Both teams missing some personnel, it looks like. All sorted out now, though. Good snap. And a good punt. Okay. Now, I don't know. And the Saints have capitalised. And the Saints, these punts, they're really special teams. Special teams, special players. Yeah, we've got to say it. Okay. So this is the best Saints field position of the day. Can the comeback be mounted? Can the comeback be mounted as the Saints are going to start this drive on the Portsmouth 22-yard line? Okay. Sort of a bunch trips here on the left. So it's a fake handoff. Ellis is looking, and it's picked off. And just as though there was some hope in Oxford. And just as though there was some hope in Oxford, it's a touchback for the Dreadnoughts. But actually, it looks like the refs are discussing the placement of the ball. Is it going to be a touchback for the Dreadnoughts, or are they going to be starting on their 1? I don't think anyone's yet. I think the Dreadnoughts are going to be starting on the 1. I think the Dreadnoughts are starting on their 1-yard line. Yep, the Dreadnoughts are starting as close as you can be to their end zone. Now, if there was a place for the Saints defense to make a statement, it would be right now. The tip of the ball is just inches. And run middle. And number 3 for the Dreadnoughts gives them some breathing room. And there's a flag on the play here. Seems though there's some extracurriculars. As Martin Ashley gives the Dreadnoughts some breathing room. So it looks like the penalty might be on Oxford, giving the Dreadnoughts even more breathing room from the back of their end zone. whilst Dreadnoughts are trying to get together a 99.99 yard drive here. Again, I do apologise for the coffee. Yeah, QZ is still the first quarter. Not even first half. Where's the first half? But it is the first quarter. Okay, it looks like the refs are having a discussion. Who shot first situation here. Dazzle of zebras, I believe, is the nomenclature for a collection of zebras. Yeah, and we can see that the Saints are marching backwards. First time I've used that joke today. So taunting number 70. So photographer right there in the way of the shot, but I like that photographer. He's got some good shots for me, so we'll let it slide. Let it slide slightly to the left. Fluid, you don't see that in the NFL, do you? So here we go now. Dreadnoughts offense back, number 8 in motion for him. Clap, oh, I love it. Hand off to Ashley. Oh, great tackle there from 33 of the Saints. Could potentially be one of the first negative yardage plays for the Dreadnoughts today. I'm going to move. No, he's moved. It's fine. We roll. So here we go. It's now Q2. And the action that was perfectly in front of us will now move far away. Unbelievable. So as the Dreadnoughts look to mount a 99.99 yard drive, helped by a 10-yard penalty from the Saints for taunting. But as we heard from the Saints sideline, they're not happy with that call. So but we've seen so far that the Dreadnoughts aren't without their mistakes, as we saw from that punt. That was called touched by a Dreadnought and then picked up by a Saint. But then a pick there from the Saints. Again, very much not the same as last year, but harkening back to last year, that there's just, again, lowercase, no capitalisation. So we've got number 13 and 27 on the left for the Dreadnoughts. And it's a handoff here. Oh, QB keeper. Oh, great catch by number 8. And just pushed out of bounds. Oh, what a grab in motion from Wilby Denham, number 8. And just like that, it's a first down for the Dreadnoughts as they approach midfield. Again, you can't get any worse field position than where the Dreadnoughts started from. They wanted that touchback, but they did not get it. Same formation here for Portsmouth. Riley is looking. He's looking for 27. Oh, wow, what a grab. And he's still on his feet. And he's still fighting. Oh, my Lord. Let's have a look at that replay. Right in front of me. Oh, wow, what a grab. Oladele there. What a grab. And just like that, the Dreadnoughts have flipped the field. I tell you what, Oladele's going to be happy that was caught on camera because that was a grab. Like even number one, yeah, it's Martin, number one. Even he's showing a bit of respect for that throw. 22-yard line, where the Saints originally had the ball after that punting mishap from the Dreadnoughts. It's a handoff here. Number three's running, found a lane, runs into some Saints. It's going to be a gain of about 7 there. Ellis is the Pompey QB. Oh, thank you, James. I've got him as Josh Riley. But thank you, thank you. So Ellis the QB for Portsmouth. Sorry, guys. Yes, Martin. Just unable to get it there. How strange. So it could be a 3rd and 3 now for the Dreadnoughts. And this time it's a run here. Well, a run, a pass. Oh, and just dropped to the hands of number 8. It's now a rare 4th down in this game for the Dreadnoughts. Might be their first or second one, as their big kicker, number 0, is taking the field. More throat, looking to delight the fans once again. With a kick, ball placed on the 15-yard line. He's going to be kicking from about the 23. Looks like it was stopped, and that was tipped. So no points on the... Fortunately, the Dreadnoughts couldn't get points on this huge, huge drive they've had, but a good stop there for the Saints. D, you jinxed it. You jinxed the TD. So the Saints starting from their own 20-yard line. Fake handoff. 12 is looking. He's looking to run now, but just falls there. Seems as though one of his linemen got into the way. No loss on the play there. Moorthroat bootlegs out for the run. Well, oh no, loss of 1 there for the Saints. Looking for a throw again. Oh, but just loads of Dreadnoughts there. 81 just could not bring it in. 3rd and 11 for the Saints. Can they get it cooking? Lots and lots and lots of passes here for Oxford. Wind starting to pick up here. As we get another point. Oh my lord. And just a clattering sack there. From Doug Oakes, number 63. He's made a couple of big plays today. As the punting unit comes on for the Saints again. Not going to jinx anything. Good snap. 13 with a high kick. Not far, takes a... And that ball looks like it has split the field perfectly. As Portsmouth take the field again. Only the second offensive drive for Portsmouth that has not resulted in any points, with the first one being picked off by number 1 of the Saints. And it's a handoff now, and Chapman's back in the game. Flags flying. 2 flags flying, in fact. Tell you what, good crowd here in Oxford. Bit of Tisley Park, they're all sat underneath the awning. So it looks like it's going to be a holding pen on the Dreadnoughts. 2nd and 20 now for the team, currently with a 29-point lead. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Ellis looking for a throw here. Ball goes nowhere. I will say there, if number 18 of the Saints didn't slip there, could have been on for the 2nd Saints pick of the day. 2nd and 20 now for the Dreadnoughts. I will go and ask you the QB at half time. Because it is on my roster, I've got number 6, Josh Riley. I don't want to give credit to a player that's not QB. Okay, so second and 20 here. Got 13 in motion for the Dreadnoughts. Oh, and just off the fingertips of number 5. Sam Waters there, just not able to bring it in. 3rd and 20 now for the Dreadnoughts. It's a lot of yardage here. Tight end swapping sides. And a lot of movement there. And a full start there on the Dreadnoughts. Actually, looking at the rosters, I think no, number 50 is Josh Riley. But I haven't got a updated number 46. So I'm going to go with Ellis. If I'm told it's Ellis, it's Ellis. And he's looking for a big one here, but there's no one there. Caught by number 14 on the sideline. And a 4th and 20 now for the Dreadnoughts. Again, a rare drive for the Dreadnoughts that just hasn't gone anywhere at all, as the punting unit comes on as fan favourite. Mo Thorpe takes the field once again. to try and boot this away. Let's see what he can do from the punt. 18-1. Back for the Saints. Mothorpe, good kick coming our way. Boomeranging. Taking a Saints bounce. And that ball looks like, again, it has split the field. So last offensive play for the Saints ended with a crushing tackle from 63 Oaks of the Dreadnoughts. Bit of a low snap there, handed off to 36. A rare run here for the Saints. And he runs almost through the old seating position there for the Saints. But looks like that's going to be a gain of 2 for Oxford on a rare run there. I'll say Jaden Ellis from now on. Again, I will say that on my roster it does have Riley's 6. So I'm just saying I can only do the information that I'm done with. Anyway, here we go. 2 on the right, 1 on the left here. Another pass attempt looking for 8, and he's found him. Great catch and reception there on that route. Not going to be enough for a first down. 3rd and 1 now for the home team. Thank you. Fake handoff. 12 is looking for 40, but batted down by number 11 of the Dreadnoughts. Fourth and 1 here. Checking for the punt here. Looks like the Saints are going to stay on the field. Sakala 11 there with a great break up. Trips left now for the Saints. Hand off to 36. Ball is out. It's going to be a Portsmouth ball. But another fumble there, 73 for the Saints. Managed to dive on it, making sure that there's no scoop and score here today. Ball still in Portsmouth territory, but not by a lot. Handoff, no, it's a fake handoff, bounces on the floor at the hands of number 86. Second and 10 here for the Dreadnoughts. Ellis looking, caught by Chapman. Chapman's making people miss, and he's running. Oh, and a great tackle there, but a whole lot of yards for Chapman. When he's on the field, he really is the star of the show for this Portsmouth offence. But a great little flip there from Ellis to number 4 Chapman. And a whole host of yards. Portsmouth going quick, hand off to Chapman. And number 32 of the Saints manages to stop Chapman there. Emil Rowe there with the stop on Chapman. And not just a stop, a loss of yardage for the Dreadnoughts. 2nd and 13 now for the side from Pompey. Here we go, Ellis is looking, he's looking for 88. Oh, and what a grab there. Just batted it up on his hand, started juggling. But at the end of the day, he caught that, and he caught that at the 8-yard line of the Dreadnoughts, of the Saints, sorry. So Portsmouth diversifying their portfolio of plays and not just relying on the run. But it's a run for Chapman here. Tries to stiff arm. Flag on the play from the official on our sideline. And there might have been some hands near the face. And looking, I can tell from the signal, it looks like that is going to be the call. Luke Malahan in, number 45. Former Lincoln Colonial. Yep. So, a face mask penalty there for the Saints is going to put the Dreadnoughts ever closer to the end zone. Looks like that's going to be on the 6-yard line now of the Saints, and a fresh set of downs for the Dreadnoughts. Fake handoff to Chapman. Ellis is looking. He might take it himself, but no, he just takes a slide down at the 5. Chapman all making a lineman do a flip, almost. Lineman is okay, though, don't you worry. So on the 6-yard line now. And this time it is a handoff to Chapman. And just the speed there. And it's going to be another touchdown for the Dreadnoughts. And I don't want to say it because there's obviously a lot of Saints around me, but scoreline keeps up like this for the second half, or the first half. The second half will be a running clock. 35 now. Oh, the man with the golden boot, the golden leg, Mothorpe, looking to kick an extra point through. It's through, but it did sound like it was tipped. After it seems as though the Dreadnoughts were sort of stalling. Seems they were stalling. They come back with a big score there to take it to 36-0. And the mercy clock. So Mothorpe back once again. The man with the plan, the man with the golden boot, golden leg. Actually, no, how about just the leg? The leg, as he looks to kick it away. Doing his checks here. And another great ball from Mothop. Caught by Martin, who's running, but just stopped there on the 30. Can the Saints rejuvenise some hope going into the second half? Yes, John, it will be running clock if the score keeps this way in the second half. From half time, yeah. .85 in motion for the Saints. Hand off to him. And that's a great run. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 7 or 8 for him there. Oz keeping us informed. Gateshead getting 18-0 victory over Wakefield. I will do some score updates there. You know, as the half-time whistle comes. That's a gain of 6 there, so 2nd and 4 now for the home team. It's a handoff. And a good bit of yardage there. 3rd and 1 now for the Saints, as they've sort of moved to a more running-heavy attack now. We've seen them pass it through the air. Also QB now under centre, as opposed to being in the shotgun. Couple of tight ends in. QB on the move, looking to get a first down. Don't know if he's going to have got that. That's definitely what he was hunting for. So, 2-minute warning here. Both teams have got a full slate of timeouts. 2 minutes here. Loss of yardage there, going to be a 4th and 2 now for the hometown side. Two tight ends, 2 receivers in the back. A single voice shouting defence from Oxford. QB's looking for 8. And that looks like it's going to have been picked off now by the Dreadnoughts. Another 4th down play. Their last 4th down play, fumble, but recovered by 73. But this time picked. And the Dreadnoughts are going to be starting this drive. On the 37 of the Saints, can they put some more points on the board going into half-time? Trips left for him here. Hand off. But 18 and 57 there, getting into some extracurriculars here. Flag comes out from the official on our sideline. It's difficult. They're looking over at Portsmouth. I think this might be on the Dreadnoughts after a loss of yardage already. Was it 27? 27 of the Dreadnoughts, not 57. Are we going to see? Yep. Oh, that's going to be a big loss of yardage for the Dreadnoughts. 15-yard penalty. And they already had about 3 or 4 yards lost on that play, so it's going to be a second and about 28 now for the Dreadnoughts. Last time they were in a situation like this, couldn't quite get the yardage out there, but from what was a situation that looked like they could get some points on the board before half time, they're now starting in their half of the field as Ellis throws a gem. Oh, but 22 of the Saints make sure that ball is not captured by 88. And again, still a third and about 28 now for the Dreadnoughts. Still looking a bit, I think it is going to be a mercy clock out after half time. That's certainly the way that it's trending. Unless there's a pick six on the horizon for the Saints. Ellis deals, but no good to the sideline. Fourth and 28 here. I mean, you're booting it away. And the main man, Mothorpe, will be looking. Kick this away. These passes, they're leaving Oxford with some time. High snap, high kick here from Mothorpe, coming our way. Looks like that ball's going to come to rest on the 31. Let's see if we can do this quickly. Quick little change in tech. It's going to be dark for just a second longer. But we're back, see? Nice and quick. So, less than 2 minutes remaining. All 3 timeouts for both squads. They're going back to that pass-heavy attack. Their QB's looking, caught by, but dropped by 8. Oh. Just had it in his hands. But Moa Knox there just can't bring it in. But they're going back to that shotgun formation look. With 4 receivers in, 48 on our side, on the right. Dribbler over snap. QB just dives on it again. I do apologise for coughing. Third and 15. Now, you can get a drink from them. So, over the intercom, the bar's open. There you go, just let everyone know the bar is open. It's a run play here, but just blown up by 50. 50 thought he had that. And you know what? He runs to the end zone because, you know, why wouldn't you? But, you know, even though it's a run play, I was expecting a timeout here, and I imagine I'm about to get one. No, there we go. Clock successfully drained there from the Saints, and it is half time here. Still got one Saints player on the field. So let's.
30 seconds!
Okay.
30 seconds! Back on!
There we go. Okay. Thought so. I thought so there. 30 seconds. Like I say, I'd be surprised if Portsmouth didn't call. So yeah, the real Josh Riley, and Josh Riley there. He's got a touchdown in his head, and sometimes that's what matters. So the Oxford Saints punting unit now on. 30 seconds remain in this game. Portsmouth have got 2 of their timeouts. Good snap. Good punt. Number 90 from the Dreadnoughts was close. Caught. Good catch by 34 of the Dreadnoughts, and he's got some speed. But a great tackle there from 85 of the Saints. 2 timeouts remaining. Maybe 25 seconds in it for the Dreadnoughts to put some extra points on the board. Obviously, when you've got a kicker like Mo Thorpe, you know, you could just put an extra 3 on. But I can't imagine the Dreadnoughts are just going to kneel this one out. So if we're really going to talk about this game, the main thing here is just mistakes from Oxford and obviously Paddy Chapman and some great balls. Well, I'd say that where this game really got away from the Saints is those first 3 offensive snafus. 2 fumbles in their own half, a wayward snap as well. Just got away from him there. You know, it's difficult to come back from 2 scores down, but it's possible. 3 scores down, it's a bit more unlikely. Even more than that, it's very 0-1-6 remaining. But just mistakes here from the Saints. They have managed to stop Paddy some points, but it has been infrequent. The passing heavy offense of Oxford works in some respects, but they've had some success on the ground in the second quarter. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do here. Don't get me wrong. Unless the Saints can have a miraculous comeback in the second half, you know, hey, I'm just saying, my 36-0 may be a bit too rich for the Saints. But you know, if there's a comeback, well, I'm here for it. I am here for it. As the Dreadnoughts called their last time out, but Dreadnoughts really have been great, blowing up. 6 seconds remaining, about blowing up plays. Their line has been great. Many sacks, not allowing their players to even catch the ball. Number 11 for the Dreadnoughts has managed to stop that passing game multiple times. Both teams have a couple of picks. I think the Saints only have 1. But there's been turnovers from picks. But for me, where this game has sort of got out of the way of Oxford is just mistakes on their part. If the Oxford Saints didn't have those early mistakes, this game would still be within reach. If you wipe those scores away, then this game would be in reach. But at 36-0 going into the half seems a bit out of reach. So Ellis is looking, just dumps over the top, but there is no one there. So it seems as though that is going to be the half. So, scoreline at the half, 36-0 to the Dreadnoughts over the Saints. Just mistakes on the behalf of the Saints. Just mistakes. I know it's early to sort of look at the end of the game, but what the Saints have got to look at now, and I know it's only the half and it's difficult to say, It's only their first game of the season. It's only half a game played so far. But as it stands right now, it seems very dreadnoughty in terms of victory here. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the rundown for the scores across the league. But the bar is open. What does that mean for me? Well, we don't know. So we have got one. Gateshead shut out Wakefield 18-0. Carl Fanning keeping us informed about the happenings for the Breens game of the week. 18-13 Inverclyde. Lancashire Wolverines currently, well, no, Sandwell have come back from that. They were 10 points down. It's now 13-10. Sandwell have taken the lead. Into Q1, the Wyverns lead the Stampede. The Stallions lead the Hornets 13-0. Actually, no. So, end of the half, for Stampede versus Somerset, 15-14. Stampede coming back from that one score down. Apache versus the Bobcats, 17-0 to the Apache. Then the half-time Sheffield versus Chester. Sheffield lead a low scoring 6-3 at half-time. So, ladies and gentlemen, from here in Oxford, Abingdon, whatever you want to say. Scoreline as it stands. Portsmouth Dreadnoughts 36, Oxford Saints 0. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you in just a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you join us back in Oxford for the Saints versus the Dreadnoughts as the second half is about to kick off. Again, you look at the score. If you're a Britball know-it-all, you know that it is running clock here now. It will stop if the Saints get some points. 7-1 back to receive for them, as Mo Thorpe, the main man, looks to make a moon ball. Whoa. Oh, he wasn't ready for that kick. Great ball. Oh, great ball. That's another touchback for number 0. So Sinclair and the Saints look to put some points on the board. At the very least, you know, there's still a half of football to play. So, you know, is it possible? Yes, but they got a lot of things working against them, that running clock being one of them. Sorry. Sorry all. But the Saints are going to need to do something now. They found some success with that running game towards the end of the second half. Okay, Sinclair's looking. Oh. And another ball almost picked off by number 11 of the Dreadnoughts. Again, I said it earlier, I see tip drills in the future of the Dreadnoughts. That one was a bit less close, but I do see that in the future. For him, 2nd and 10 here for the Saints. Sinclair looking for another throw here. Couldn't find anyone, just keeps running out to the sideline. Thought there might be a gain there, but it turns out, oh, there is. There was just very late. Gain of 2 there, so it's going to be a 3rd and an 8 here for the Saints. I think potentially 2 or 3 first downs for the Saints. Great catch by number 40. Okay, great play there from the Saints. They got a fresh set of downs. Don't see any flags on the field. Sinclair deals a number 40 for the Saints and brings it in. So, going back to the air. Looking for number 8. Don't just look at it. So the history of these two teams, they have met a few times before. 2020, Oxford swept 19-12 and 43-12 for the Saints. In 2019, Portsmouth got their first win against Oxford, 36-15, and Oxford beat them in the first fixture in 2019 to 22-13. So Portsmouth looking to put some more on the board there put some more wins on the board there, as Oxford currently lead the historical series. Yeah, 40 on a receiver is a bit strange, isn't it? Yeah, I back that comment. Got a man in motion. And another turnover for the Saints. Just as the Saints started rolling, another turnover it just happened so quickly. Not even I saw it happen there. Just a ball on the floor that caused a turnover, harkening back to the first drive for Oxford in the first half, but this time it's not going to be a turnover in their end zone, or their red zone, I'm sorry to say. And the Dreadnoughts are going to take over on the Saints 41. Ellis hands it off to 48. Going out left. Good stop there by Oxford. Good stop there by Oxford. Going to be a gain of 3. 48 for the Dreadnoughts, trying to stretch that field. That's Blackwell, number 48. Going to be a gain of 1 there on the play for the Dreadnoughts. I mean, at this point, the Dreadnoughts, you know they're playing with house money. It's a running clock. They're 36 up. Ellis is now looking. He rolls out to the right. Just dumps off to number 8. Does another juggling act. That's the second time we've seen the circus-like abilities of number 8 of the Dreadnoughts. Will be Denham there. Just juggling, catches it, and it's going to be a first down at Dreadnoughts. 588 on the left, 17, all by himself on the left. It's a handoff to Blackwell again. And just Saints on the floor as Blackwell charges down the field for another first down. And it's going to be a first and goal. I'm going to say, again, it's difficult with the angles. I'm going to say maybe the 6. Going to go from there. Dreadnoughts looking to put even more on the board. Taking this game even deeper into the mercy clock as it looks like they're lining up in trips here. The Dreadnoughts. You know, we saw it with the Somerset Wyverns. They got beat in their first game against the Apache, came back and beat South Wales. We're up the middle from number 3 there, but stop. Initial contact took him off balance. And then managing to bring him down before he reaches pay dirt. Is Martin Ashley, number 3. We saw it with Somerset, you know, I'd say Portsmouth's rivals at this point, after last year. Lost in their first game, came back in their second game with a win here. And for these two newly promoted squads. 27 in motion, hand off to Ashley again. But brought down there, great tackle there. I believe that's number... It's either 69, 99, former number of good old Ben Harris, now a coach on the Saints. So here we go now, third and goal for the Dreadnoughts. This time looking for a throw from Ellis, pursued by Luke Malahan. Tried to get it into the hands of 27, but just couldn't get it there. Fourth and goal. Are they going to go for it here? Are the Dreadnoughts, or are they going to bring on the fan favourite, Mothorpe? They are. Number 0 coming onto the field. Ash Martin, not Martin Ashley. Oh. It's because I've got it backwards. And that is not a comma. But thank you, John. I would say Martin. It's difficult. It's difficult when... It's difficult when it's like 2 names that could be first names. So, too many men on the field for the Dreadnoughts. It's not really an excuse, John, but I'll use it. D, unless Steve's in the comments, he won't answer that because Steve's not here today. It's just me. Mothorpe with a big kick. Wow, wow, wow. 39-0 the score now. Got to be impressed. I mean, you know, sometimes Brit ball is a bit, sometimes kicking prowess does not, it's not something that you really think of when you think of Brit ball. Sorry to say, you know, a lot of teams, sometimes they won't even go for, well, mainly in uni ball, they won't even go for two. Sorry, they won't even go for the kick. They'll have a kickoff guy, and he'll probably end up playing, he'll probably be linebacker as well. Just want to, you know, you actually bring out the field goal unit for. I saw the ball at an angle there. I thought they were going to go for an onside. I was going to say a bit bold for the onside, but you know, if you want to practice it, you practice it now. Here we go. Another sensational kick. Caught by number 7 of the Saints. Thought we saw a lane. Tackled by 30 and 43 there of the Dreadnoughts. Telling you, joint MVPs. I might give it to 0. But again, the game's not finished yet, so we don't know. But again, great kicker. Great kicker. You know, not pressed the Teb sensational button a lot this season. But again, he is. Number 0, sensational. 4 receivers out, 1 in motion now for the Saints. And it just goes up the middle and goes nowhere. Oh my Lord. And another turnover for the Saints. It's again, ladies and gentlemen, it's so difficult when, you know, both teams are being quiet. But just like that, it's another turnover for the Saints. Deep in their half. The offense just aren't getting a rest today for the Dreadnoughts. And I mean, that's what you want if you're the Dreadnoughts. You want a well-cardioed O-line or a well-cardioed offense in general. They've got to be unhappy with the field goal. Trips left now for the Dreadnoughts. Ellis hands it off to Blackwell. And Blackwell fumbles it, but Blackwell recovers it. You're happy that you got points on the board, but you know, but now they've got an opportunity to put some more points on the board. It's difficult to really like shout and scream, yes, turnover, when like everyone else has been really, really quiet. You know, it's difficult. I need energy. Alice looking for a throw here, big ball. 27 unable to bring it in. 18 of the Saints was right there. 3rd and 12 for the Dreadnoughts. Blackwell in at running back. Ellis looking for something, looking for 27 again. But contested again. 27 and 18, and 18 breaks it up. So Chris here, Saints thought Saints were relegated last season. Happy to see him at Div 1. So no, still a D1 side. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If he gets this, it's a flag. Oh wow, he got it though. Wow, wow, wow. sensational. Mothorpe is great. Wow. It's a flag, but what a kick. So illegal shift on the Dreadnoughts. That's going to move them back slightly, and it's going to make this Mothorpe kick even longer. Looks like he's going to be kicking from about the 30 of the Saints. I mean, if he gets this through, I might lose my head. If he gets this through, I'm going to go mental. Oh my God, what a man. Wow, wow, wow. What a kick. Jeez. Sensational from Mothorpe. God, I might have to give him MVP at this rate. That was great. Wow. And he's got to kick it away again. I've got no words. You don't see kicks like that in Britball very often. Mothorpe has been so consistent with his kicks all game. Pinning it deep, couple for touchbacks, and that kick there, wow. Ball falls off the tee. Yeah, James Harris, I love, who couldn't? Who couldn't love him? And another absolute blinder. Sails out the back of the end zone again. You know, it seems difficult. Would I give Mothorpe the MVP? Well, it's trending that way. And Portsmouth, you can have that as you will. But so just like that, mercy clock is in effect. So that is the end of Q3 as we roll into the final quarter. The story right now really is, can the Saints score today? That's really what you're going to be wanting to tell here. Portsmouth will walk away with a victory. They're going to, again, normally I don't do this, but mercy clock 42-0. I don't really think it's possible. But all the Saints need to do is rectify some of their mistakes and move on to their next game. Will be here in their home field at Tisley Park versus Rushmore. I will be there. 86 in motion, 36 dodging, but just a couple of Dreadnoughts there. Dreadnoughts are still fired up. Loss of 1 there on the play. 2nd and 11. Sinclair's looking. We're just getting rid of it there. Looked like he had a target. And you've got to remember, clock's not stopping. Great ball by the ref there. Great ball. Good reffing crew as well. Normally I get some reffing crew rosters. If I'm doing my game and you're reffing, I'm happy to call out some of the refs for their good work. So Sinclair's looking around, and number 40 just unable to get it there. after he made a great play early into in at the last half of the game, or the second quarter.
Missing one! Right guard! Missing a guard!
Missing people on the line there. Number 3 fills in at right guard. Gonna need a big kick here. 13's got it. And a good ball. Good bounce. Fielded by 34 of the Dreadnoughts. He's got space, he's got room. Number 8, he's just there, misses him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, did a little bit of poo come out there? Because they were very close to the camera. A little bit of poo did come out. But that Portsmouth player looks like he's going to have got to the 21-yard line of the Saints. And the camera equipment is still intact. That's what you live for. Camera equipment still being intact. Two on the right, one on the left. Blackwell in a running back. And fake handoff. Ellis is looking downfield, but just bounces off the floor.
Is that 62 downfield by about 8 yards? Come on, keep walking back. No lineman to see it. I mean, it is.
Second and 10 for the Dreadnoughts. That ref's even got a black and white towel. That's quite impressive. Got a man in motion here for the Dreadnoughts. Hand off to Blackwell. Brought down by 32 of the Saints. You know, the SFC1 Central has got a great spattering of teams. You know, Rushmore really are the team that seems to be the favourites so far. But that game with Wembley last week was a great one. But Wembley are a team, you know, you can't sleep on them either. As Ellis is looking for a ball, high ball, and caught for a touchdown for the Dreadnoughts. No flags. And Ellis with just a great ball there. Seems as though the Dreadnoughts are trying to get a delicious 50 burger here because they're not allowing another glimpse of Mothorpe. Number 4's Paddy goes straight in, and that's going to be, going to wait for the signal first. Yep, 2 points on the board, and it's a 50 burger on here today. No Mothorpe does mean it's a 50. But SFC1 Central is stacked. Rushmore really are the favourites so far. Wembley, again, they're on a roll. But Portsmouth showing today, you know, they've got something. They have got something. 33-14 against Rushmore in week 1. Even a score them. Portsmouth have something. They've obviously learned something there from the Rushmore game.
Give us a play, yeah, give us a play.
As we have the man of the hour back out to kick it away. Bit of a low kick this time. Number 81 fields it well, but just runs into 35 of the Dreadnoughts. It seems we do have a Saint down. Next week we're back to 2 games. Unfortunately, Steve was busy with other stuff somewhere far, far away. Not far, far away, just on the mainland. But I will be in South Wales. Pontyclun, I believe, is where I will be next week as South Wales take on Bournemouth. Whilst Steve will be following the SFC1 Central as Rushmore host the Hornets. And another great game. Can Rushmore make it 3-0? That's the question. And after that, I will be back here. As you can see, we've got a nice Rushmore. Just came back from Q1. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but what a score. It's been all Portsmouth. You know, that the first quarter really was where the game was lost. And it's difficult to really, you know, can you come back from a first quarter where, you know, disastrous. Like, there's no other word for it, you know. It's difficult because there's some Saints stood just near me, but disastrous. You can't say more. You can't say more than that for the first quarter of this game for the Saints. 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. Scores on, I believe, three of them, or 4 of them. I think it was 3. But scores on all of them. You can't really come back from that, especially in your first game. You know, realistically, the lesson here is for the Saints, just be more of a well-oiled machine. You know, don't let these mistakes happen, and then if they do, you just gotta switch on. Be prepared for anything. Be prepared for anything. But honestly, it's just don't make those mistakes. But that's not taken away from the Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts have, again, played as perfect a game as you can play in American football. As perfect a game as you can play. Have brought the punting unit out, I believe, twice so far. You know, great running backs. Hand off to 7. Running horizontally. Going to be a gain of 2, it looks like, on that play. But blasted down there by a couple of Dreadnoughts. Portsmouth played basically a perfect game, I feel. Their running game's been there. Ellis has found some receivers. Perfect. The defence has stopped Oxford at any given opportunity. Don't get me wrong, Oxford have had some splash plays, but not as many as you'd like. But again, just limit those mistakes going forward for the Saints, and they could have something here. And we will find out because they have a week off next week. Let's get to learning. And then Rushmore. Oh, I'm blown up there. And a flag on the play. They're going to be calling that for unnecessary roughness there.
Still good, Reece. That's 15 yards for you.
The Saints, you know, still keeping a positive outlook. 15 yards there. Whistle was blown. But Andy Hodson ripped him to the ground. So first down Oxford, 15-yarder there. What's everyone else think of that? That call? I'm sure there will be some people watching who aren't happy about that. But refs have said what the refs have said. Again, can Oxford put points on the board? That's the goal here now. Don't have a shutout. That's the goal. Simple as. 82 on our right, 40, and 40 really is the magic man. He's caught some great balls there from number 12, Sinclair. Sinclair's looking. almost picked off there by 35. You know, realistically, like you could say for Portsmouth, maybe they should have had a couple more picks today, you know. But again, perfect game, so perfect game, you know. 50-0, 50 burger. Second and 10 here for the Saints. There's another pass here. Just dropped off to number 8. He's got a lane. He's going. There's a sea of Saints and coaches, but that's going to be, I would argue, maybe the Saints' longest play of the entire game so far. Going to be about 15, 16 yards. John saying that was fair cop, unnecessarily rough. I mean, personally, I do think so as well. The referee did blow the whistle, and the referee was right there when he blew the whistle on that penalty from number 90. So, on a great play from Oxford again, this is the thing. Can they capitalise? Sinclair looking again. High ball. Flags all over the place. 3 flags, 3 refs throwing flags. An audible gasp from the Oxford sideline. What are they going to call it? Are Oxford going to have a few more yards thanks to the yellow markers? As a sea of flags rain down. Marching. So pass interference, but on the Saints. You know, can't imagine that Oxford are going to be happy about that. We heard them gasp, we heard Portsmouth gasp, but that is going to be going backwards a fair chunk of yardage, 15-yarder there for the Saints. And again, what was a play that could have brought the Saints some momentum has gone backwards for them. Now we know in their university counterpart, the Lancers, when I did them versus Exeter, that game was great. When Oxford were behind the sticks, when the Lancers were behind the sticks, they always found a way, and we know their head coach is currently on the Saints. Mr. Hiscock. Sinclair's looking for 40. Screaming for PI, but there was none there. Just a clean break up there. I'm going to try and make a Taylor Swift joke there, but I won't. She breaks up with people. Oh, unbelievable stuff. What are we doing? 2nd and 25 for Oxford on their quest to just get some points on the board today. 3 receivers out, 88 at tight end. Sinclair. He made a great catch there, but I would say that I'd argue that Sinclair telegraphed that a bit. He was looking left the entire time. He was hunting for number 8 the whole time. Again, given the running clock situation, wouldn't surprise me if we hear a call relatively soon for a 2-minute warning. Third and 25 here. Can Sinclair and the Saints put something together? Fake out of 36, 7 hunting him down. And Sinclair instead just runs into the real Josh Riley, number 50 of the Dreadnoughts. As the punting unit comes on for the Saints. Just in a spot now to mitigate it. Again, for the Saints, As soon as, I'd say, Tuesday rolls around, I don't know when their next training session is, but as second Tuesday, as soon as Tuesday rolls around, the Saints need to forget that this game ever happened. You know, it may be 50-0 and they may be 0-1, but that 0-1, they need to put this game out of their heads and just learn from it. And just learn from it. They're fighting for that ball. They're going to say that the Portsmouth player didn't touch it. I was a bit sceptical. I thought he may have done, but no. They're calling it, and the Dreadnoughts take the field one more time. Also, for the Dreadnoughts, you've got to be happy about this. 33-14 their loss against Rushmore. She had some good showing there, but not managed to come away with a win here. Now they improved to .500 already. So there we are, 2-minute warning, not long left here in Oxford with the running clock. Portsmouth have got all 3 of their timeouts if they want to, you know, get down the field, make some big shots. They want to see him put some more points on the board, and they're going to be running it out the middle. Can't see what the number is on that running back. I think that's number 3. As the clock keeps ticking. And Martin just braking people, trucking people, still pushing it down the field. But you can see there's nothing really going on. Like, there's no timeouts being called here. This clock's just going to run out. Again, as far as I'm concerned, the game will be coming to an end fairly certain. I'll wait to do my post-game analysis. I can wait. Third and 3 now for the Dreadnoughts in the dying moments of this game. There's a handoff to 13. Doesn't manage to get the first down, just pushed out of bounds. Flag on the play. So a holding penalty there on the Dreadnoughts. Now I'll start doing it now. So as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, the takeaways from this game, the Saints just need to mop up some of those mistakes. The dump off pass there to number 8, breaks a few tackles, gets brought down. They're going to be a 4th down for the Dreadnoughts. Again, I'm just sort of waiting for a call here for the end of this game. Saints need to mop up those mistakes. Realistically, those mistakes cost them this game very, very, very early on. Very early on. I'm talking about like first half. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game here in Abingdon. 50-0 the score to the Dreadnoughts. So again, we're going to talk about this game. Mistakes from the Saints. Need to iron those out if you want any level of success. They had a rough time last year. They've not started out the way they wanted. But again, they need to put this game in the back of their minds. This game did not happen if you are the Oxford Saints. They like to air it out, maybe mix in a bit more. They had some success with the run. But if you're the Oxford Saints, as far as I'm concerned, you forget this game happened. 50-0 the score. A lot of those points came in the first quarter. Ball security as well. We've seen many fumbles. Many fumbles. If you're Portsmouth, it's difficult to say. The run game was there. The pass game was there. The defense was there. You know, just ride this win. It's difficult to really say anything about Portsmouth. Their kicking team, fantastic. It's very difficult to pick apart what Portsmouth did wrong today. It's difficult. I can't think of anything to say for what Portsmouth could do better. They had a few drives that had a punt, but still, the flags weren't as many today for the Dreadnoughts. So for the Dreadnoughts, if you're the Dreadnoughts, you just got to keep rolling. Take this win, move on. You've shown that you've got something here. Oxford, 2 weeks' time, will be back here. So will I for the Saints versus the Rushmore Knights. Rushmore on a roll. Rushmore are on a roll. Can the Saints cause the upset? Ladies and gentlemen, the scoreline here in Abingdon. The Dreadnoughts move to 1-1. Saints fall to 0 and fall to 0-1. 50-0 to the Dreadnoughts. I'm going to give you some of the scores around the league. Then we're going to go, who's the MVP? Right. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but Mo Thorpe, number 0 for the Dreadnoughts. I was, again, just spectacular, sensational play from their kicker. Long kicks, all the kicks were great, were absolutely great. Nailed some of the most spectacular kicks I've seen in Britball. Mo Thorpe, number 0. Don't get me wrong. Ellis, the QB, great game. Chapman, great game. Blackwell, great game. But for me, I'm just blown away by number 0 of the Dreadnoughts. So I'm going to give you some scores from around the league. He says, if he can get it up on his phone. So in the Vikings and the Titans, it's currently 7-7 in Q1. Paul Mowbray, lovely guy. The Shropshire Revolution smashed the Panthers 33-3. What a win for the Revolution. Half time in Thrashers Blitz. Thrashers lead 18-0. End of Q3. The Wyverns are leading the Stampede 29-14. Let's have a look at Chester versus the Giants. The Giants lead either 18-3 or 7-3. Warwick isn't entirely sure, but thank you anyway. The Stallions lead the Hornets. That's for this game. Stallions 13, Hornets 0 in Div 2. And this was an hour ago, I will say. Sandwell were leading 13-10 after coming back from a 10-0 deficit against the Lancashire Wolverines. And Gateshead beat Wakefield 18-0. And up north in the Breens game of the week. Let's keep going. 24-13 to Inverclyde. So those are the scores around the league. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Abingdon, scoreline reads 50-0. Portsmouth beats Oxford. Ladies and gentlemen, next week I will be in South Wales in the SFC 1 West as the South Wales Warriors take on the Bournemouth Bobcats. And Steve will be back in Rushmore as Rushmore take on the Hornets. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Tebs. Thank you for tuning in The rundown comes at you tomorrow. Micah, not going to be happy about this one. A rundown comes at you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to be back here in Oxford. Scoreline today, Portsmouth Dreadnoughts, 50. Oxford Saints, 0. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week.